And we are looking in Grafton, and that is the river. And it's one of our many rivers. And as we look at the river, that's where we look at some colder air that's settled in, right? And as we look at the other, no, there's a view of the other river. 31 degrees right now, east-northeast breeze at 7 miles an hour. Watching this dew point, purely from a standpoint, if it goes up, then I would expect that maybe some of this is actually reaching the surface. Maybe a couple of spots will. As I zoom in, I really don't see much of it reaching the surface. Generally, that's probably the only spot because I turned on a different radar product that maybe picks up more of that fine particulate. And yeah, there could be some spots where you're seeing a flake or two or maybe an area of drizzle, but I just don't have it right now. You also notice as I kind of scan this from Sherrill all the way south of Viburnum, you start to see a couple of these different colors pop up. Maybe an area of light freezing drizzle, an area of light flake or two. That's not really consequential. It's not going to stick on the roads or your car or anything. I just pointed out so you're aware. As we look at temperatures right now in the low 30s, we're not going up anywhere today. Yesterday afternoon, we stayed around freezing. Then the sun came out. We got some pretty good melting. But this really is overdone. And that's why I show you the dry air component, because when we have all this rain, yeah, the models say one thing, but then when it evaporates, it doesn't actually matter. So that's why we pay close attention to that. If we get a little sunshine, we do have some upside to warm up. I tend to think this is a little too warm. I think we're probably headed for about 35 or 36 today, but it's not out of the question that that's something that could happen. What I really want to pay attention to is I think it's going to get cold into the overnight hours. You're going to start to see our temperatures fall into the low to mid 20s. So tomorrow is going to be a noticeably colder morning for us here overall. And then by Wednesday afternoon, that colder part of the air mass settles in. We're in the low 30s throughout the day. So yeah, it's going to be colder. Those are our two setback days. We talk about the potential for warmer air. And really what I want to point this out is this is an average from the Climate Prediction Center. We have a couple of different colors, the majority one being red, and that means it's kind of a bullseye for above average readings. You'll see that that pretty much takes up our entire area, which means with our average high being 42 degrees, we're warmer than that. And we're going to see that over the next few days. Now, the really main story for that is the cold air kind of pushes down briefly, but watch this high and this ridge, which is keeping all that cold air at bay, how it stretches into our area by early next week. It stays there, and that's why the Arctic air remains to the north. You start to see more of that here as all that cold stuff starts to remain in place. Look at where that Arctic air remains in place. But what it's also going to do is start to see a couple of these little dips here. And as they start to dip down, they may provide us chances for rain next week. We'll see how much, but it does look like it's going to be much, much warmer than average here. As we look at our departure from average, you're going to see a steady diet of this here where colder air pushes out of the area, 5 to 15 degrees warmer Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. What that means for us from a departure from average standpoint is, for the first time in a while, we're going to see these numbers. Like I said, our average high is 42. We'll see these numbers much higher over the next few days. 10-day forecast really illustrates this for a lot of reasons. 30 on Wednesday, cloudy. 41 on Thursday and Friday, we're in the mid-40s. 38 on Saturday, we're in the mid to upper 40s. Sunday into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you'll notice that we have a steady diet of temperatures that are in the mid-50s, if not warmer. I think we'll push 60 degrees probably one of these days. I do think there is a slight rain chance. Right now it doesn't look like a soaking rain, but it does look like a good majority of next week is going to be on the warmer side. And that's really what we're after. I think you're going to see several days in a row where, yeah, we're above freezing. We're going to see a lot of melting. I would bet by Sunday or Monday, we're going to see most of the snow gone. I think Monday specifically, then it starts to work its way out of the shade. Once we're above freezing overnight, it will be much warmer and generally a sloppy mess, which is generally what happens this time of the year. But it's something that we continue to watch over the next few days and monitor, as I would expect that it is going to be much warmer. So we just have to get through the next couple of days and then Saturday in terms of cold air, because after that, things are improving for us, and that's really kind of what we're after. Speaking of improving, there's been a couple of spots